My favorite topic, paid ads. I don't get paid when Facebook gets paid. I wish. Typically, the type of relationships we have with our customers, I'm on some kind of service plan or retainer payment or something like that. And what's really good about that is then I get to just focus on, I don't get a commission off of ads. I get to focus on making the ads successful. And the social channels, what we just were talking about, are saturated with more content than ever before, and particularly during the pandemic. I have an agency account with Facebook, so we get a rolled up summary of how all our pages that we're managing are doing. And the first couple of weeks, I saw dips that would just make you sick in terms of hundreds of thousands of losses in impressions. This is dangerous. Something's really wrong when I see that. I'm thinking, what? Either we stop posting, or something else is going on. And what else was going on was the network was saturated. We had the same posting strategies, so we had to get a little bit more creative, and leveraging ads was how. So for businesses, this means that your message, your updates, and your notices are more likely not to organically be reaching your audiences at the same level as they used to. On a business organization level, those business pages. So how do you overcome it? The best practices here. Boost came up, and talk about boosting. And I want you to, I had a conversation earlier today about boosting versus what I call the other side of Facebook. And there's a distinction. Boosting a post is all about getting the maximum reach off that post to some audience that Facebook may suggest, or any of these platforms that let you boost or promote something that they suggest. They give you some basic, very simple tools to kind of this age group, this city, this state. So you got some basic controls over it, and there's a little bit of advanced stuff in there too nowadays. But you're boosting for one objective: to reach as many people as possible. You have a reach goal, a goal to reach people. That's one goal, and Facebook will work your money and obtain that goal. But I often say to every one of my clients, what are you really trying to do? Is that what you really want to do? Just reach some people? Or are you trying to sell something? Or are you trying to get them to register to do something? Because if you're trying to register to get them to do something, you're trying to sell something, then the boost goal won't satisfy you. The boost goal has no real smart intelligence, algorithm, optimization stuff built into it. Its one job is to take the list of people you say, and as soon as they come in, throw it into their newsfeed, whether they like it or not. This sounds like a smart marketing strategy at first, because some of us are used to taking flyers and sticking it on everybody's cars or dropping them from airplanes. I come from the industry of saturated mail, where we mailed to over 17 million households and put the thing in their mailbox every single week, regardless if they wanted it. That's the reach campaign, saturation campaign, and that industry is dying, gone. So why would Facebook take it and introduce it and give everybody a really simple button to hit boost? Money. Not about being effective. They have a way of being effective, and their boost tool is, in my opinion, designed to frustrate because you still want something. There's this thing my daughter's really hip on. She talks about and preaches about, which is vanity metrics. She's from that millennial era of folks, but she's very keen on what vanity metrics is. And a vanity metrics is when you get back that report from the boost and it tells you that it reached 10,000 people. It's a really good feeling. Wow, it reached 10,000 people. But I question, say, what did you get? What did you get? Reach 10,000 people. What did you get? You go, well, I don't understand what's wrong with people. Maybe it's not something wrong with people. Maybe it's something wrong with the boost. Or they get 282 likes and they go, everybody's liking it. And I said, what did you get? I got 282 likes. Were you trying to sell something? Yeah. How many sales did you get? They go, 0. I go, okay. That's because it did what it was designed to do. It saturated people, whether they wanted it or not. There's a time to do it. There is a time to do it. But there's something much better. And that's my next piece here, which is selecting a marketing objective carefully. And I'm going to go through these pretty quick. I'm looking up at the clock here, but I'm going to jump through these pretty quick, but I'm going to dip out. But there's an awareness campaign, a traffic campaign, an engagement campaign, video views, conversions, messages. These type of objectives they're not just buzzwords here. And I'll take the simple one of traffic. Driving traffic to your website sounds simple enough. You say, well, why the different objectives? Isn't it just you reach a bunch of people? Don't you just boost it and people do stuff? But when I tell you that Facebook has spent years, and all of these social giants and Google search engines have spent years writing robots, artificial intelligence, AI, as Common said it, right? They took all these years in doing this for one purpose, to take it when one person clicks to leave Facebook to go to your website, that traffic objective, leave Facebook, come to website. When that person, John, for example, does that click, Facebook looks at John and goes, did you see that? John clicked. Then Karen clicks and goes, I'm learning something here. What's the difference between John and Karen? And they figure out the difference, and they figure out what's common and what's alike. And then they take the I like attribute, and they take the 10,000 people you're trying to target, and then they go inside the 10,000 people, and then they go to try to find 2 more people just like those 2 people. And then they click, and it's not magic that they click. Artificial intelligence. We saw it on TV. Can a computer really think and predict the next move? They got computers that can play chess. You don't think a computer can figure out who will be the next millionaire? Who will be the next one to click? Of course it does. And therefore, Facebook has marketing objectives that you choose from. There's traffic objectives when you want people to visit your website. Engagement, when you want them to like, comment on stuff and share. There's video views, when you want people to watch your video for more than 3 seconds. You put the right objective to the right campaign, Yahtzee, you win. And that's what selecting the right marketing objective. Boost is a marketing objective. Promote is a marketing objective. These are marketing objectives on steroids. Going live is another hot one. Today's Zoom, we could have, and I don't know if we did, but we could make this go live. So we get a certain number of participants, people saying, but we can turn this same Zoom session into a live session. I love going live. It's a little bit more nervous and nerve-wracking, but the reality is, if you can go live on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, etc., you're going to get an instant reach of your content, and that's the best practice now. The people who are going live, or even if I see the live broadcast after, they're catching my attention. I'm listening to what they're saying, and they'll listen to you too, which will drive more likes, more engagement to your profile, your business profile I'm primarily talking about here. Because if you can drive that from your business profile, you get what I call the fingerprints that is used in these marketing objectives. There's no need to have all these posts and all these conversations if you're not collecting data that then gets reused to run these marketing campaigns. That's the whole point. And the last one on this one is installing marketing pixels, which goes all the way back to your website, and utilizing your website to become this tracking beast. Remember, we talked about what pages they go to? Well, tracking isn't just on your website and Google Analytics, for those that are familiar, but tracking is being done by Facebook if you get the right code installed on your website. Why? You don't just tell Google what pages they went to. Tell Facebook, tell Twitter, tell Snapchat. Because if you do, that audience that we use to run the traffic and the engagement and the conversions and the messaging campaigns, they can be retargeted to fuel those campaigns. They can be retargeted to get your post to reach fewer people. Boost, by the way, if I remember correctly, I don't think Boost gives you the access to that. That's why you have to move into these more effective marketing objectives that go after targeted lists that you pre-built. Your whole entire MailChimp list, you load that into Facebook, and those people that use the same email address from your MailChimp, they get tracked. So tracking and installing marketing pixels is hot.